Hi, this is Sue Ann with Gravy Days again. Thank you for joining us today. I'm thinking that if you have children or anyone in your life that you adore, that you have a relationship with, or that you want to have a better relationship with, that you might be able to relate to what I'm about to share with you today. I have 5 children, all wonderful and amazing. 3 of them have chosen not to embrace the faith tradition that they were raised in. Always been a mutual respect between us all and a love that we hold for each other in our separate faith traditions and ideas. Even though there was mutual respect and love always, there was something about it that kind of hurt my heart, that made me feel a little rejected. Um, but then something happened. About 10 years ago or so, I was hosting our Christmas Eve dinner, which is a huge family tradition for us. It was going to be with 3 of my children, the ones who are on their own faith journey, and 1 grandchild. And it was going to be amazing. I was looking forward to having them come. But as I was preparing for it, I was preparing for our a tradition that we have, a ritual that we have every year. And that is something called table gifts. My mother instituted this way back in the day, and it was something I just loved and wanted to carry over into my own family and into my own life. So, what it is that the table is all set for Christmas Eve dinner, and on each plate there's a little package of some kind. It's nothing very big ever, not a major Christmas gift of any kind, just a little something, a little remembrance, and kind of um, a reminder of what's to come on Christmas morning. And it's always been fun. And when the kids were little, of course, it was amazing. It still is. But what happened this particular year is that I was super embarrassed about not having much money to be able to buy anything for them for table gifts. And it wasn't and it doesn't have to be anything big. It's just a little remembrance of some kind. I mean, it could be a candy bar wrapped up, or it could be something like that. Well, what happened was, as I started thinking about this and about how bad I felt about it, an idea came to mind. And it wasn't uh, my idea, it was a divine one. The table was set, the gifts were all on their separate plates where they would be seated. And usually, what happens is we say a blessing on the food, and then the minute amen is said, you dive into those presents and you wrap them and unwrap them, and bows and paper flying, and it's always fun. And the presents are always wrapped nicely. I always make sure to kind of crisp them up a little bit and make them look really inviting. This particular year, as soon as we said amen, I said, um, I want to do something a little differently this time. So nobody open anything yet. Here's what I want to tell you. I said, if I could give you anything in the world, my greatest wish would be to be able to crack open each of you right at the top and pour in the faith that I have in Jesus Christ. That would be my gift to you. But I know it doesn't work that way. I know that. So instead, you need to know that if there's anything good that you see about me or my life, you need to understand that it comes from my faith in Jesus Christ. And then I said, so since I can't give you that gift, I decided that I would tell you what I would give you if I had all the resources in the world at my hand. What would I give each of you? So we went around the table. I told one of my sons that I would give him the bullseye for his life. I would give him the knowledge of where he wants to go and what he wanted to do with his life and how he wanted to proceed. But that's nothing I could do for him, even though I really would love to be able to do that for him, because at that time that was a big deal in his life. And I said, so instead, I gave you this little present. Whatever was on the plate, all wrapped up, and then it was his turn to open it. And of course, it was a refrigerator magnet or something. I mean, it wasn't anything very great. But that was that. We each opened them one at a time, went to the next son, and I said, for you, I would give you a significant other because I know you are ready for that in your life. It's something you've been wanting, it's something you've been looking for. And if I had the resources available and was able to do that, I would give you that, but I can't. So here's this little gift. And so then he opened it up and gift card or something, a $5 gift card, whatever. Then it was my daughter's turn. And I said, for you, I would absolutely give you the music career of your dreams. She's very talented. And I said, I would do whatever I could to make sure that happened for you. I would use my resources to make sure that you had exactly what you wanted in that way for your life. But I can't do that. So here's this. And she opened up a pair of socks or something. And then for my grandson, he'd been spending a lot of time with his dad in Colorado. And I knew he loved to be outside, and I knew he loved nature. And so I said, I would give you 5,000 acres in Colorado. That would be my gift to you because I know you would take good care of it. I know you would love it. I know you would be good at that. And if I could give you anything, that's what I would. But I can't. So here is this little whatever it was on his plate. This was the most amazing moment in my life, and one of them, and I will tell you why. I think it's because I had spent time thinking about each of these people and about how I loved them, and how if my resources were unlimited, I could bless them so abundantly. And I think what happened is that it changed the way I viewed them. It changed the way I viewed everything. It didn't matter anymore that they hadn't embraced my faith tradition. It didn't matter. There was no judgment, no fear, no worry. The only thing that mattered was loving them. And that is true. The funny thing is that I think maybe it's because I was willing to consider an alternative, a divine alternative to our cherished family tradition. And maybe because of that, I was finally able to see them like God sees them. Well, I'm pretty sure, I just have to tell you, this was a very emotional experience for us. There were a lot of tears, a lot of hugging, a lot of I love yous. And one of them said, Mom, what about you? What would we give you if we could give you anything? And the answer was unanimous. It was a beach house, which I would have gladly accepted. But it was a moment in time that made me realize that it didn't matter anymore what faith tradition they accepted. All that matters was that I loved them, and they knew it. So I'm thinking about our lives. I include me in this bunch. I know that this method will work with anyone, not just family, work with people that you're close to, people that you wish you had a better relationship with, or that you wish you knew more about, perhaps. I know what I do know is that holding tension concerning anyone makes us tight and unhappy. So think what you could do to make them happy, and then tell them what you would do for them if you could. I would love to know how this goes for you. See you next time.